Providing deeper learning experiences for me first starts with having an inclusive environment where all students feel as though they can be successful. It means that you believe every student can engage in meaningful work. The way that looks in my classroom is by me taking a step back and allowing kids to kind of shine and be the spotlight. Today's lesson was a part of systemic functional linguistics, which is an approach that we use with our multilingual learners in order to get them to acquire language. Students were working specifically around evaluative language and how authors use that language to communicate either positively or negatively their ideas and their perspectives. We've learned a little bit about evaluative language and what that is. So we're going to start with a quick turn and talk, and I want you to think about these two questions. Okay, let me read them to you. What do you understand about evaluative language? In other words, what do you know about it already? And the second part of my question is, why is it important, or how is it important in something like an argumentative text, which is the genre that we're studying right now?
The opinion and like if they're arguing, being nice and stuff.
Oracy is a very important component of MML instruction. And I know that if students have an opportunity to speak and communicate their ideas, they're more likely to learn from each other. And so I embed opportunities for them to turn and talk, work in partnerships, and have a larger group conversation so that meaningful conversations can happen and so that they can learn from one another.
So what I think about evaluative language is the author's writing a text in a book, and then if you read it, and then if you read it, you want to go their thing. It's about their opinion.
What is evaluative language? If I said that, what would you say it was?
It's like the.
Talk to your partner.
Oh yeah. It's words like that.
Let's have a quick discussion about it. What do you understand about evaluative language?
Maya, let's start with you.
Evaluative language is like someone's opinion, like if they're fighting or being happy or sad.
I see a lot of friends giving you signals that they might want to be called on or they have something to say. Can you call on somebody?
Giovanni. Yeah, it like shows them their opinion, and it tells you so you get more thrilled to see what's their opinion, and it shows you what's their actual opinion. Camilla, please go.
You want to share something, and you want to share something with someone you feel about.
Somebody wants to make a connection. Let's just do one more because I see a connection. Someone we haven't talked to yet.
Erickson. Giovanni said, we have opinions for a reason. Because we have opinions and we have an argument. We cats more about a person disagree. We didn't have opinions. We all like the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's talk for a minute or two about the second part of our question then. Why is it important in the genre or the type of text that are argumentative? Esther.
It's important because other people are giving their opinion. If they like dogs, they give it a reason why they like it.
Do you think that authors sometimes share their arguments so that we can also change our ideas and our opinions?
Maybe make you get thrilled and you want to maybe go there. So they're showing their opinion. They're saying that maybe they would say dogs are better than cats, but that's their opinion.
I'm going to add on to this learning today. Language can be positive or negative. When you hear the word positive, do you naturally think thumbs up or do you naturally think thumbs down? Can you show me? I love that. Good. If something is positive, we usually are describing something in a good way.
Yeah, a good and nice way, not a mean way.
Good. And for our purposes here, I'm going to call positive green. Okay? For our purposes here, I'm going to call positive green. So authors use positive adjectives when they're using evaluative language that they think is good.
Yeah, describing it in a good way.
And authors use negative adjectives when they're trying to describe something in a bad way. Okay, so there are specific words in English that authors use in their writing, and when you hear it, authors either want you to think positive or they want you to think negative. Okay, and authors are using them to communicate. All right, let's practice a couple real quick. So I'm going to put up the word. I want you to please read it in your head, and then we'll read it together. And then you're going to think about Is this a positive adjective or is this a negative adjective? Okay, you ready? First word, try to read it in your head. Thumb up if you can read. Thumb up if you can read this word. Okay, if you can read it, say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Boring.
When you hear this word boring, are you thinking this is a positive adjective or a negative adjective? Just think. Tell your partner real quick.
Negative.
Tell them why.
It's not a good way. It's not fun. I don't see any fun things. Yeah.
1. What'd your partner say? Camilla, what'd your partner say?
Negative.
Negative. Gia, and tell me why it doesn't look good.
Yeah, because I don't see any fun things on it, and
Something is boring. Do you want to do it?
no.
How are you feeling about this? I see some thumbs up. I see some thumbs sideways, and that's all good. Now, that's quick and easy word level. Let's see how authors use it in our text, okay? I took the first paragraph of this text that I know we're familiar with because we've been using it to study other forms and features. So just this first paragraph here. I pulled it out and I put it on the screen for us. Anybody want to read it for us really quick? Super quick. Giovanni.
Protecting our parks. In 1872, Yellowstone National Park became America's first national park.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I've taken that first paragraph. There is some evaluative language in here that is positive or negative. Let me read the first sentence, and I want you to give me a thumbs up if you think it has evaluative language, okay? We've learned a couple of things. Remember, declarative statements are just facts. Is this a declarative statement, or does this have evaluative language in it? In 1872, Yellowstone National Park became America's first national park. Ask yourself, is this a fact? Or is the author trying to put some evaluative language in here, either positively or negatively, to persuade me? Real quickly, turn and talk to your partner. Do you think this has evaluative language?
Yeah, it does not have any value language, and if there's a number in it's most likely to be a fact.
And 1. Thank you. What do you think? Evaluative language in this first sentence?
Yes.
Cedric, why don't you tell the rest of us why you think it does not?
Because it doesn't have like a sentence that you should go.
Okay, I don't see the word should. Okay, I have some friends who might want to add on or say something else about that. You want to call on someone, Cedric?
So like that's a fact because it shows when it was opened and it says that it was America's first national park. So like it was like the first park in America that was open, and it was in 1872.
Good, and to your point, Cedric, I don't see anything about like saying you should go there. It's just a fact. This is a declarative statement.
You should go. Then it'll be
Evaluative language. Okay, what do the rest of you think? So we started with a simple word. Now we've gone into this shorter paragraph, and now you're going to have an entire text in front of you. Your task will be to practice this skill of not just identifying evaluative language, but determining whether it's positive or negative. How am I feeling about this new learning today? If I'm feeling really great, and I think many of you are, but you can choose to work independently, all by yourself. If you're feeling really great, but I'd love to have a partner with me to help me read through this text, or I'm feeling okay, but I think I need a little bit more practice and I'd love to have a partner with me, then you're going to put your name here. If I haven't heard from you and you're feeling maybe a little unsure and you'd like me to maybe give you a few more examples or to help read through it with you, then you can put your name here. Okay? I just want you to come up and put it, and then we'll determine partnerships. Okay? Go ahead. Okay, let's take a look here really quick. So it looks like Camilla, Esther, Cedric, and Gio would like to work independently. Yes? Yes. Feeling really great about this? Okay, great. Okay. I want to remind you that you might have a partner who might have a difficult time reading some of these words. If your partner's really having a hard time reading it, how can you be helpful?
You can read it.
You should just read it. You should just read it. Because this is I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're just having like a little hard time with a few words, then you could like take turns.
Yes. But if your partner is really having a hard time reading it, then you should be the one to read it, because the purpose of today's activity is to be able to identify this language so we can see how the author is using it to communicate their ideas and their opinions.
We should add
I'm
this
just going to listen in on you.
to protect news.
And it says special.
Okay, let's put beautiful.
Can you tell me what you're doing? Can you explain?
Read the sentence first. 18.
Oh wait.
72, the National Park became America's first national park. Okay. So it's asking for us in Yellowstone National Park became the first national park. This is where the first one is positive full national park.
It's very beautiful land because it's more easier. And Miss Carvalho said to like underline the full word, like beautiful land.
Okay, paragraph is one paragraph. Feel to the full because people are hurting the animals, also it hurting the environment.
Watch animals and learn about our country's history, but visitors need important things like bathrooms, parking lots, and places to eat. The Park Service can make smart changes to help with overcrowding.
Now we need one move from paragraph 5.
I was thankful because it's positive because it has the
Oh,
word
I thought we were putting
like
enjoyable there. Diego.
and like
I thought we were putting less enjoyable there.
Be listening for that.
I'm stuck. I don't know if we should write like the words that we underline, or we should write something else. I don't know.
Maybe we should try. Maybe we could try and show her. Maybe we get underline to care for. Maybe we should make the step. For the. Maybe should we just try first, and then we do it. Okay, Angel.
Special place.
Can you tell me what you're doing? Can you explain?
We're underlining the words like that are positive.
When I give oral feedback, I really try to focus on what's the next thing students can do in order to immediately shift their thinking or improve their approach. So I try to make feedback actionable in that moment. Okay. Are you taking the time to read the full paragraph and then going through that sentence by sentence? Okay.
We just finished reading, so now we're underlining.
Okay, good. Just make sure you're really having that conversation about, does this sound like a positive adjective or a negative adjective? Okay. It's very important to me that students are able to give each other feedback. So generally when I approach a group, if there's a question, I'll usually turn to the partner and see if the partner can answer the question first. Tell me about what you underlined.
So care for many parks is like protecting other parks by being like damaged and like not being protected.
Okay. Do you think that that sounds like positive language or negative language?
Positive.
Can you tell me more about that? Is this evaluative language or is this a fact? Is this a declarative statement? Okay, let's look at the first one together. Ready, Erickson? The National Park Service was started in 1916. What does that sound like to you? A fact?
The park.
Talk to your partner.
I did maybe it is because I did.
That's another.
Talk to each other.
Oh, and I
think it's probably a fact because it's talking about survived. Service was started in 1916.
What do you think about your partner? Do you agree with him that this sounds like a fact?
Yeah, right there. It's that.
No. Like it says enjoy.
Oh.
Not less enjoy. Yeah.
First, to start, let's just share out quickly some of the evaluative language that you think you found and whether it was positive or negative. It's okay if you didn't get it all down on your paper. The most important thing is the conversations you had with your group, right? Not the actual writing of it. Cedric, can I start with you? I saw your hand up.
Bad bad behaviors.
Well, tell us why you think it's evaluative and whether or not you saw it as positive or negative. Go ahead.
People don't want it to happen.
Okay. Cedric, positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Call a friend, Cedric.
Diego.
Less enjoyable. Because people like they make the park less enjoyable because they keep leaving trash on the trails or on the caves.
First of all, do you think this is positive or negative?
Negative.
Which of these words do you think tells the reader it's negative?
Less.
Can you read to me that phrase that you underlined that we had a conversation about?
375 million visitors.
Inez and Angeline, you underlined this because you thought this was evaluative language. Yes? Why do you think Inez and Angeline saw this as evaluative language? Think for a second. Let's start with Angeline because she's in the group. Why did you and Inez underline this phrase as evaluative?
Like they send it to TVs and people like see the TV and the phone, and then when they see that a lot of people go there and think that that place is a lot of special.
What do you think about what Angeline just said?
Ask her. Is it like popular, like a place that is popular?
Yeah, it's like a place that's popular.
So I saw some of you agree with her. Do any of you want to add on? Do any of you want to make a connection? Anyone want to say something different? Anybody disagree?
I'm adding on because like it is popular, but there might be like fatal like problem because like there's like a lot of people in that place, so that means it might be negative because there's a lot of people and it's gonna be overcrowded and it's gonna make pollution.
So how many of you understand, you don't have to agree with them, but do you understand why Inez and Angeline decided to write this down? It means that it's popular. If 275 million people are coming, it's popular. This is a good thing. And how many of you also understand Gio's point? That 275 million visitors could be a bad thing as well. Okay.
So that's why they added a limit to people.
Yeah.
Or maybe why one of these authors was arguing that we should have a limit, right? Is there any evaluative language in this phrase? The phrase is 275 million visitors. We're going to do our last turn and talk. You're going to turn and talk about, is there evaluative language? Do you hear positive or negative adjectives in these three words? You told me the word million. He said the word million is not positive or negative. Why do you think that? That's what you're talking to her about.
Yeah, because it's still really that good for the environment. And that more people come. You had to feel like the whole place with a lot of stuff.
Tell her. The author included this fact. The author included this fact because you can see it as positive or you could see it as negative. But the actual adjective is neither positive nor negative. Okay. Great work today. We're going to extend this work next time by thinking about how can we use this in our writing? How can we write sentences that have evaluative language to really show our perspectives, our opinions, and our ideas? Remember, we are studying this because authors use them to help communicate. The short-term outcomes of students being able to engage in deeper learning experiences are understanding who they are as learners and being able to make choices on what the next learning will be or what path they will take. One of the long-term outcomes is for them to learn how to be more effective communicators. It helps them to clearly communicate their own perspectives and their own ideas and helps them with critically thinking about language and how language is our access to the world.